Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are new here. Don't forget to subscribe. I like to post about books and music, mostly Taylor Swift. And today I'm doing another reaction video, this time to Panic at the Disco. Something some of you subscribed to me might not already know is that I am absolutely obsessed with Panic at the Disco. I have my last tour shirt. I've seen Brendon twice now in concert. The obsession started around 7th grade and now I'm 23, and I feel like there might have been a brief period where I wasn't that interested in what he was doing that was new, but then I really just came back around in like 2017-ish, I guess. Pray for the Wicked was just absolutely amazing. I love Roaring 20s so much, but today we are going to be reacting to his new album Viva Las Vengeance. I have heard the singles for this one. Nothing is hitting me as hard as Saturday Night did. I do like Viva Las Vengeance quite a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Middle of a Breakup, and I do like Local God. There's also a fourth one that just came out, Don't Let the Light Go Out. That one makes me feel so sad, but I haven't analyzed the lyrics enough yet to figure out why. So today we're going to be doing that. I'm just gonna get into it. I will have timestamps down below for those who want to skip around. Also, disclaimer, I will be listening to these through my headphones and just giving you my initial review because of copyright, and I don't want this to get blocked. I'm excited and nervous. I didn't realize it's been 4 years since we've gotten an album. I thought it was like 2, but that's thanks to the pandemic warping my entire perception of time. And he has a writing credit on every single one of these. Wait, why did he give us the first 4 songs on the album? Those are the singles? That's kind of strange. Weird placement. Also, can we talk about the fact that this song literally uses the same melody as Full Circle by Miley Cyrus? If you want something to ruin your day. I've been in a rut. That was really off key, but the ending is a little bit different. But every time I listen to Viva Las Vengeance, I just want to listen to Miley's album with Full Circle on it. I think it's called Breakout. Okay, I just listened to the entire song without saying anything because I was just taking it in. It's a really good opener, but I also feel like it would be a really good closer also. I don't feel like I can say that yet without hearing the album, but at the same time, I just love the like shut up and go to bed as like a closer. Like, you've finished the album, now like it's time to sleep. I don't know, it just feels like an old Panic type of theme to me. Also, he is just like resurrecting Queen a lot with these harmonies. I hear such an inspiration from Freddie Mercury. It's insane. Once I noticed it, I couldn't unsee it. It's just like, it makes me so sad because it just feels like something Queen would be doing if he was part of this generation. The vocal layering is so much like that. I like the classic rock influences. There's like piano that is happening, a higher octave that's like staccato. It has very interesting lyrics and it's kind of sad. I really like the genius interpretation of Someone Did Me Wrong Stole My Favorite Song, Yes It Really Hurt, being about Trump using his High Hopes song for his political campaign, and Brendon really, it didn't sit well with him. I feel like the chorus, I'm interpreting it as he's telling a younger artist, female obviously, shut up and go to bed, like please stop going insane with this lifestyle of your newfound fame, and she's saying Viva Las Vengeance like she's arguing with him. So I guess this album is going to be a lot about growing up in Vegas. We'll see. You know, I've heard the first 4 songs, so these won't be too interesting of reactions yet. I've only heard this like once or twice. It's just too weird and grease for me. I don't know, I hate the hook, like makeup sex in the middle of a breakup. Something about it is strange to me. I'm not a huge fan, but maybe it'll grow on me. I've seen it has grown on some people, and maybe it makes sense within the context of the album. The beginning drum roll sounds like Hallelujah. I don't know, it's just like too weird musical theater for me. I'm not a fan of the vocal layering in this one. I don't know, I want to like it because there are some really catchy melodies happening. It just feels strange. It doesn't feel like the lyrics are that deep. It feels like it's just like this tumultuous relationship, push and pull, you know, they fight, then they make up. It's just not my favorite. If it is your favorite though, feel free to let me know why down in the comments. I want to like it because I can tell there's some cool melodies, but also I kind of loved what he did with Me with Taylor. Something about that felt really cute, so I don't know why this is like strangely too up-tempo for me. I don't even know how to put my critiques into words. It's just not like vibing with me. This one makes me feel just so sad. I don't want to listen to it again because of that, but I feel like it might end up being one of my favorites because I like to cry. Okay, so the first verse is setting up a hospital scene. That's why I feel, Jesus, fuck, why is this so sad to me? Shit, why am I listening to this? I don't really like how high his voice gets in the chorus. Like when he sings "You're the only one that knows how to operate," it sounds so strained. I understand he's a tenor and like that's a very comfortable range for him, but that line just feels like a little too much. He's like screaming. Damn, the lyrics are really good. Okay, a good extended guitar solo so that I can like take a break from my emotions. Why is this affecting me so much? I'm very excited to listen to this over and over again until I can't cry anymore, until it no longer makes me cry. I love to do that to myself. Usually I really love crying to songs or books, but since February, I feel like I have to censor the things that I consume. It just hits different these days. I am hanging on by a thread. Listening to something like this and like crying over it cathartically used to be such an enjoyable experience. See my reactions to Folklore and Evermore by Taylor Swift. But then once the war started and I was so like scared for my family, I read Crying in H Mart and I was crying into my book, and it like wasn't a good experience anymore. Like to be that mentally fragile and just be like pouring salt in the wound, I guess. That's what I feel like I'm doing with this song. It's just like bad. Why does this song affect me so much? I don't even understand this like hospital stuff. I'm sensitive, okay? These days, I suddenly just wake up crying sometimes. You know how it be. Overall, I'm doing pretty good though. Better than I was in February and March. It's just sometimes, holy shit. We can do more of an analyzation into like the Las Vegas aspect of all of this. Why does that song make me so sad? I read a comment on this video right when I first heard it that said it seems like this song is like rushing towards the chorus, like it doesn't take the time in the first verse, and now I can't unhear that. It feels kind of rushed, but I didn't think it did before I read that comment, so I feel like I'm messing with my own perceptions. These harmonies also make me think of Queen. I just really like this title also, Local God. It's so cool. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before. It's so interesting, and especially the parts about how Panic like signed so early without playing a single show. Everyone was kind of angry about this, like the local people that they were around who had been playing forever and never got their big break. But then there's this one person who Brendon is thinking about who just never cared when that happened to Panic. Like he was way more into the music and just didn't care if he ever got his big break, and Brendon is like mesmerized by this idea because he was someone who was very ambitious and like chasing this success. Yeah, I think it's really interesting how he's like romanticizing this local star who never made it out of that town. I like when Brendon gets like reflective, or when there's like a humility to his lyrics. I think that's why Roaring 20s is one of my favorite songs actually. It's Brendon who is such a confident character, being just very vulnerable in that one, but also in Local God he's like talking about how maybe fame isn't all it's cracked up to be. Like this person knew from the start that it was all about the music and it didn't matter what success he found with it. Fame seems to be a very common theme on this record. Okay, now I think we're getting into tracks I haven't heard before. Star Spangled Banner. Is this gonna be political? Oh, Star Spangled Banger. Okay, I understand. Oh, okay, like harder rock. There's some serious drums happening. This makes me think of American Beauty, American Psycho by Fall Out Boy. Like the album. Whoa, this first verse. Oh my god, this sounds like The Boys Are Back in Town. I don't know how I feel about that. I really like the verses. He really had me there. That Boys Are Back in Town vibe. But then the chorus felt like a completely different song. The second it switched from the first chorus to the first verse, I was like, oh my god. But then I was really into it, and then it went back into that chorus, which felt like two different songs. That was strange. I'm gonna have to revisit that. So far, my favorite one is Don't Let the Light Go Out. I can't listen to it without crying, but you know, all the best songs do that to you. I kind of wish in this one he would have just leaned into that classic rock feel, the 70s. If he wants to imitate Queen, I think just do it. Like, I'm sensing a weird mix between this 70s, 80s rock, Queen-inspired type of stuff and a musical theater vibe. Like, there's a chantiness to some of the things that doesn't quite fit, and I like him more when he's being dramatic or cynical. I don't know, it just feels more genuine. But he can do happy stuff. Like, I did like what he did with Me. I don't know. Okay. It's all a cappella, it's just like harmonies. I like this. Tense chords. This is so Queen-like. The piano, the vocals. Freddie. Why am I crying again? The guitar. This is what I meant, guys. I can't move. That bass line, it's so, everything is so minimal. Oh, the harmonies. Oh my god, this pre-chorus. Wow, okay, now it's kicking up. I'm kind of obsessed with this. Oh, the chorus. I love his voice. I love the structure of this song. It's chaotic. He's killing this. Oh wow, the outro. You're kidding. Freddie? Okay, that was like the most Freddie Mercury thing I've ever heard since Freddie Mercury. I feel like he's gonna get a lot of flack for this because Freddie is so iconic, but this is the closest thing that there possibly is to like having that again. I actually thought that when I was seeing him live. I was like, wow, he just runs around the stage very much like Queen, and the energy, the vocals, it just was all I could think when I was watching him perform in front of me. And this, my god, I just wish there was more of that on this album. Like the last one was just not it, and this was, I don't even have words. I love it. It's like dramatic. The lyrics do have that weird, whatever it is that I don't like about Middle of a Breakup and Star Spangled Banner, the lyrics have that attribute to them. But god, the delivery and the arrangements, I can't wait to listen to that again. I can't wait to know all the words and like yell it. I just want to go cry about Freddie Mercury now. This also sounds like something from the 80s I've heard before. It sounds like Roxanne. I think this is cool. He lets the verse have its space. He doesn't rush to the chorus in this one. I love this energy. Wow, the acapella part. Really interesting piano and violins. I was really focusing while listening to that one. Is this song just like about a concert? When the song comes on the radio and you're headed home after the show, remember what it's like to be there? You definitely had to be there. Like that magic of a concert and how you cannot recreate that feeling with anything when you've got no place to call your home and just remember how you felt at the show. I love this. Just these like kind of not only fame, but just being a performer for a living. And like, I don't know, I think this is pretty interesting and captures the feeling of going to a concert that you're so excited for. Yeah, I do like this one. Weird intro. A cowbell? What? I'm into it. Ooh, the piano roll. My boyfriend is gonna be obsessed with this cowbell when he hears this. Ooh, that pre-chorus. Why does this have the same melody as Middle of a Breakup in the chorus? I was about to ask, is this about a car or a woman? And the pre-chorus literally says, you're a car, you're a woman. This is, I like it, but it's also got that weird Grease musical theater vibe that's like making me uncomfortable. Ooh, okay, cowbell solo? They're doing a cowbell solo. It's got a nice build, all the violins. Now he's singing again, and I feel weird. The look on my face. Okay, so I was having a really good time with that instrumental. I'm really liking all of the arrangements, production, but something about when he starts singing just makes me feel icky. Is it the lyrics, little sugar soaker? I feel grossed out. Ugh, that's a shame because I really like the vibes until he starts singing. Is it the delivery? Drive her till I'm dead? I don't know, something about that just makes me feel icky. But you know, is it really that like surprising? Because something about this feels like hokey, but I feel like this weird genuine vibe coming from like lying is the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off. That doesn't feel icky. It's this like Grease. I haven't looked at the lyrics enough to say this for sure, but it feels like weirdly objectifying. I don't know. Something about it. It's just the delivery. I'm afraid for this one, man. Is Maggie gonna be compared to food and inanimate objects? Now this has the melody of baby love, my baby love. I'm still listening, but like, you know what I mean. I just had to say that before I forgot. What is this first verse? Now that sounds like Panic. The first two lines of that verse, that checks. Mamas and papas shitting bricks. I like that. You gotta hit your boyfriend back. I hate that sudden transition into people say. It doesn't fit. What is that? Who thought of that? That people say thing is taking me out of the song. Like, I just want to enjoy it. What is that? Oh, okay, now the outro's changing? God, this feels like two different songs. This is getting sonically irritating. This is too much. There's like a trumpet solo happening over here. I really wanted to like it, and at least the lyrics weren't icky. I think it's kind of about this girl who's in an abusive relationship. Like, people say you need to run away. You gotta hit him back. A lot of the genres he's recreating here, a lot of those songs originally like from the 50s, 60s, they are kind of icky. We don't have to bring that into a recreation of the genre though. Like, I'm just a woman who wants to listen to something and not feel grimy. What's that one song? Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I really like that song. I like the rock sound. It's very old, but it's icky. So I guess he's being like historically accurate. I want to like it. It's overstimulating to me. I mean, I'll try it again later, but as of right now, I don't have much good things to say. Man, this album is just so far being really hit or miss. Is this gonna give me, you know, back to early Panic, his little mime days? Oh, there's a music video. It's giving me old Panic. Oh my god, him in that wig. What is he doing? Why is his voice that high? I think he's yelling in Italian. It's giving Queen. Is this a colonial rave? This song sounds how an anxiety attack feels. It's eccentric. Brendon changes his styles around quite a lot. Like, I loved his early stuff as it came out. I was really liking it in 7th grade, as I mentioned before. And then I couldn't get into Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. I didn't like that album when it first came out, and now I can't imagine not liking it. It's so good, but at the time it felt weirdly electronic and strange, and now I just can't imagine not having that album. And then he went full jazzy, Pray for the Wicked, which I loved from the start, but it was very different. And now we're doing this Queen stuff that I always wanted him to do, but now that he's executing it, I'm like, this is really weird. I feel like maybe this album might grow how Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die did. I didn't start liking Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die until like 2017. Like, I had to sit with it for like 4 years. I do like how this music video for Sad Clown is just very old Panic, but the song is just so extreme. But like, that's what Queen does, so I see. Maybe it's just we have to just get used to him doing this specifically. Wow, he has a lot of songwriters on Sad Clown. Is that why it sounds like a million songs at once? For a second, I thought the cover art for this song was a hammer and sickle, and I was like, you just like can't be serious right now. It's just flames, I think. Definitely more mellow, thank God, because he's been taking us on a roller coaster the last couple songs. The vocals, the harmonies. This is like the second line about rock posters in your room. Okay, so it samples All By Myself, that one like 80s song. I don't know what it's from and I'm not too familiar with it. I feel that same strange hokey vibe, but I feel like this is gonna grow on me. It's like over dramatic as hell, like too much so nearly. But like when I really think about it, I don't know, I don't remember the first time I ever heard Queen stuff, but I feel like it has that vibe maybe. This might just need to grow on me. I feel like this is something that I would like. Just at the moment, I don't know, it's not hitting that much. It's very like teenage angst. You always hated sports, you buzzed your hair short, dyed it pink to piss them off. When the summer ends and school's back in, you feel trapped. Very teenage angst. I want a good solid closer. Whoa, really dramatic violins. I'm feeling that weird vibe again in the chorus, but only the chorus. It's giving High School Musical. I like the tension in the bridge. Journey? I wish he leaned more into this. More like minor chords, 7 chords. I'm loving the instrumentals on this album. Ooh, drum solo. The end is getting sad again. Oh, it's like Disney-like. I like it though. The violins. Beauty and the Beast when the Beast is about to die. That's what it makes me think of. Shut up and go to bed. See, you know what? I knew it. What did I say during track 1? It would be amazing to end this album with Shut Up and Go to Bed. And he did it anyways. I love that for us. Wow. I really like the end of that song. I think I need to have this one grow on me. Again, I've said that so many times, but I just feel like this is such a sudden shift. I need a minute. I need like a few months, I think. I'm just really happy he ended it with Shut Up and Go to Bed. God, that outro was sad. I feel like I need to go cry about Freddie. I really feel like I need to go do that. My favorite songs, Don't Let the Light Go Out, and I think it was God Killed Rock and Roll. I think that's the one that I was really into. I do like Viva Las Vengeance. I think it's a pretty good title track. So far, yeah, the ones I'll be playing a lot in the next 5 days to a week will be Don't Let the Light Go Out and God Killed Rock and Roll. The others are just gonna have to grow on me. You know, I know they're gonna come up on shuffle while I'm in the shower or driving, and I'll listen to them, and I hope to God it just feels like Panic's Queenish album. But as of right now, it just feels icky and strange, and I think I need to get used to it because I really like the sounds and the music and the instruments. I hate that I'm only giving you 2 tracks as standouts, but that's just the way it is on the first listen. Please let me know your thoughts on this album. It seems polarized. It really does. And I love his music. I wanted to give it a chance. I'm gonna continue giving it a chance, even though it didn't catch me as much on the first listen as Pray for the Wicked. You know, we'll see. Please let me know any requests you might have down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all tomorrow for another video because I will be reacting to Holy Fuck by Demi Lovato. I'm excited for that, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, guys. Island in the sun where the palm